Very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for finding time to be with me this afternoon. The show is Diaspora Dispatches, where I get to bring you the latest news from across the continent of Africa. So let's just do that. And a very good morning, good evening to you, depending on where you're tuned in. We start our news from Ethiopia, where the government-appointed human rights body has accused the security forces and their allied armed men of killing 11 people and wounding at least 30 others in the country's eastern Somali region. This happened during a traditional ceremony to choose a new clan leader in March. Ethiopia's Human Rights Commission interviewed witnesses and visited graves in the Gutsum district. It said security forces had used excessive force to disperse the gathering and recommended a criminal investigation. The commission has on several occasions accused government troops and allied militias, as well as Tigrayan rebel fighters, of committing grave rights abuses in the country's war-hit northern regions. And then we head over to South Africa, and authorities in the country have confirmed that 48 people are still missing following last month's deadly floods in KwaZulu-Natal. The official death toll now stands at 445. Disaster management teams, including police and army, are still on the ground searching, but for many families, the hopes of finding loved ones alive are dwindling. The floods have been described as the worst natural disaster to hit South Africa in decades. The cost of the damage is still being assessed, but initial estimates placed the cost of more than $1.5 billion and counting. Major infrastructure was damaged by the rainfall, leaving many residents without running water and electricity for weeks. A small passenger plane carrying 11 people crashed in a forest near Cameroon's capital Yaoundé on Wednesday, the Transport Ministry has said. The cause of the crash was not immediately clear, but the plane lost radio contact with air traffic controllers and was later located in the forest near Nanga Eboko, around 150 kilometers northeast of Yaoundé, the ministry said in a statement. The aircraft was flying from Yaoundé Nsimalen Airport to Belabo in the east of the country, it added. AFP news agency quotes official sources as saying the plane was chartered by a private company, the Cameroonian Oil Transportation Company, that maintains a hydrocarbon pipeline that runs between Cameroon and neighboring country Chad. And then the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari ordered all ministers who wish to contest in next year's election to resign by Monday next week. Information Minister Lai Mohammed told journalists at the Presidential Palace that Mr. Buhari gave the directive during Wednesday's cabinet meeting. The move could have an impact on the running of government, given the high number of ministers likely to be affected by the decision, though the presidential spokesperson confirmed with the BBC that its activities will not be affected. Several ministers have been already declared their intentions to be their party's candidates in the presidential or gubernatorial elections. And the government in Togo says 8 soldiers have been killed and 13 wounded in what it called a terrorist attack at Kipikangandi in the northern Savannah's region of the country near the border with Burkina Faso. Togolese troops are deployed in the north to try to contain jihadist threat pushing south from Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso, where militants linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group operate. A senior security source in Togo told the AFP news agency that the soldiers were attacked by a group of 60 gunmen on motorbikes. This is thought to be the first deadly attack by Islamist militants in Togo. Officials say troops have foiled an attempt raid in November. The troops foiled another attempted raid in November. I apologize for that. And we end our bulletin this afternoon from Guinea, where the National Council of the Rally for the Development, CNRD, has announced a transition period of civilian rule of 3 years or 36 months. The decision announced on Wednesday places the country at odds with the regional partners and the UN, who have both called for a much shorter transition period. The head of the military junta, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, had previously set the transition period at 39 months. Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya overthrew Alpha Conde in September 2021 and has since proclaimed himself as head of state. Doumbouya also pledged to hand over power to elective Elected civilians like Mali and Burkina Faso, two other countries in the region where the military seized power. Guinea has been suspended from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and also African Union. So that is the latest news from across the continent. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Miriam Ogutu. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon.